Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, May 23rd, 2025 in Jackson County, Kentucky. And it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. These actually look like normal clouds, kinds of normal clouds. But give it some time. I'm sure it will change. But anyway, I have 3 or 4 testimonies to read at some point when I have time. I'm so far behind on making phone calls to people. Every time I'm on the phone with somebody, it just takes up so much of my time. And then I've got to take care of the animals. And I've got a problem with all the cats that they have harmed. That's taking me a lot longer. There's one of the kittens that I was feeding by hand. Finally got it to eat from the dish. It was eating fine on its own before the assault on May 2nd. You know, the High Witch Holy Holiday. Mayday, Mayday, Beltane. I say May 2nd because it was May 1st into the morning of May 2nd because I was asleep at the time. So somebody had entered the building. It was technically May 2nd, 2025. And here goes a criminal with like a $60,000 vehicle. I don't know if you could see it. You know that's an agent. But anyway, I want to show you, I showed you the dust inside the chicken coop yesterday. I purposely did not clean it. I did clean it right now. And I took a sample. I don't have a microscope anymore. I had one in New Jersey. I had 2 that never made it here. I have never seen the microscope here, even when we were unpacking boxes, unless they're still packed somewhere. I have never seen any of the games that I had in New Jersey. Like I had a whole box of games and photos and the microscope and healing books and stuff. I've never seen them. I think they were all stolen. I had over 500 astrology books. I haven't seen those astrology books. So anyway, this is what the dust looks like. And we'll take it out. We'll take it out in the sun. I can show you out in the sun here what it looks like. And you see how thick that is? That is inside both chicken coops every day. It doesn't matter if I clean all the tops, I clean all the shelves. The next morning, it looks exactly like this again. So this is not normal. This is being done to it. Okay, so this is an evidentiary video also. That's what it looks like. I'm going to look up closer. So I received my Misfits Market delivery today. And I'm not blaming Misfits when the box arrived, because I know that the criminals have technology where they can literally tear something up inside of a box, not harm the box, and only harm what's inside of it. And you and I know that because they use through-the-wall radar, and they use these weapons on us as we sleep. So obviously it's going through our roofs, our insulation, and everything to target particular parts of our body. So that's how advanced these weapons are. So as I'm sleeping last night, and this is now going on, I'm going to say for either the 5th or 6th day, it's been going on a week, they have been targeting my foot and my feet. They're trying to disable me because they don't want me to move. They don't want me to leave here. They want to teach me a lesson, okay? Well, no, we are going to teach them a lesson that you don't fuck with senior citizen women. You don't traffic senior women, and you don't steal from them. You don't lie, because we're going to keep reporting. And I've thought about this a little bit. And I know about the county lawyer, how disgusting, sadistic, manipulative, and criminally minded he is. And if I had them both in front of me right now, the sheriff and the county lawyer, I would ask them flat out, who actually wrote or edited those incident reports? Because I know for a fact that the county lawyer, when he edits those incident reports, it's never favorable to the sheriff. Never. He thinks that in harassing me through the incident reports, that it shows favorability on the sheriff's department, but it does not. And not that I'm saying that the sheriff is not aware of it, but I absolutely believe that those incident reports were written up by the sheriff's department and edited by the criminal county lawyer. And yeah, I will call him that because that's exactly what he is. He's illegally trespassed my property. His assistant prosecutor doesn't even know how to write a will, even though she advertises it all over the place. I write wills, I write wills. No, you don't know how to write a fucking will, even if I give it to you, even if I hand it to you, even if I email it to you and just say, include my name in the Kentucky law. She still doesn't know how to do it. And I know that he's covering his butt, but that's okay, Mr. Murray. When I file my complaints, you know, for public corruption, you'll be the first one on the list. And then you could battle it out with the sheriff, okay? If you're lying and the sheriff's dispatch did not write those words and you corrected them, well, then you should be prosecuted. You should be on one of those Brady lists. You know, those Brady lists that I've heard about. So anyway, so I received organic apricots today. They were very carefully wrapped. Although they ended up on top of the box and the package that they were in were somewhat crushed. But this is the way I received brand new organic apricots. Now this, for all of you people who want to be educated in Freemasonry harassment, this was done by the Loser Club. That's what I call them, the Loser Club. They can't show their faces. They're little weenie boys. You know, they wear little aprons, and they walk around naked with blindfolds, and they poke each other in the titty, and they do stupid rituals, you know, bituals like that. And then what they do is they pretend that they're upstanding citizens. Like, you'll see them in the neighborhood, and you think that, you know, they wear a little bow tie or a tie, or they work for the local electric company or whatever, but behind closed doors, they are a cult. They're Luciferian Satanists. Anybody that has the light or joy, they despise. And I'm going to show you something else too. So this is what a Luciferian Satanist do to organic fruit. So you can see how beautiful it is on this side. And what they did here. And here. And then they poked a hole here. This is one of their infamous things, is to poke a burn hole in food. And then this is their telltale Deluminati triangle. Right there. 3Mason Loser Club. And there's a slice. Let's see, what else can I show you here? And they do this. They can do this through the box. That's how advanced the weaponry is. And you can see this side is perfect. In here. But anyway, this is what they did to my little planter box. My little planter box, you see this? They cut holes in it. This was actually inside the bigger one. And they did this. And I can actually show you, although I don't have my shoes on, that this is the same type of pattern that they cut into the underpinning of two of my outbuildings here. So this is what they did. They damaged it. How would it get damaged? Like right over here, right? How would that happen? So yeah, so this is unnecessarily damaged. And I'm going to show you what they've done over here on my porch. Now, mind you, this porch is 3 years old. I guess this winter will be 4 years old. So this is what they've done here to the wood. You see this deep, deep groove here? Deep, deep groove. This is pressure-treated lumber. pressure-treated lumber, and look at all the scribbling. This is the Inhuman Terrain team scribbling on the porch. And look at what they did here. You could see the way they etch around the knot. They did this also when I lived at 52 Sutton Drive, Manalapan, New Jersey, 07726, a home I lived in as original owner for 30 years. I had all hardwood floors, except for the kitchen that had tile. Beautiful hardwood floors. And then what they would do is they would go into the grain of all the hardwood floors and start etching, 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 just like this. Wow, how'd that X get there? Isn't that amazing? How'd the X get there? And how about this here? Look at this X. Now, for all you people out there, you know, I'm going to maybe tag Max and Miles because he pretty much built his home inside and out. He's like a builder, and a few of you other guys, too. This is not what pressure-treated wood looks like after 3 years. And then after, you know, the Inhumane team does this, then the witches, you know, the women, what do you call these, Eastern Star witchy poos? They come and they plant seeds in between here. So like, I don't have grass, like in all these bald spots that they created, but I've got grass in between the slots here. And I did see a fox last night. I don't know if it was the same fox, I have to tell you. I did see a fox last night. But here you go, here, look. It's called property or real estate mobbing. Property, real estate mobbing. And this happens when a person has property, real estate that they don't want you to have. They try to discredit you, spreading slander around the community to deny you services and to tell the people you're a bad person, you don't pay your bills, you don't take care of your animals, while they're vandalizing. They're the ones torturing your animals. They're the ones that are dumping animals on your property. They're the ones that are denying you veterinary care. It's extremely sadistic and cruel. So not only are they doing it to me personally, they're doing it to all the animals. So these criminals are involved in animal cruelty, animal abuse, wildlife abuse, detonating bombs. You don't think all the animals around here were startled, especially the ones that had babies? The bobcats, the coyotes, the wolves, the bears? And what about the birds in the trees? Bats? You don't think it affected them? And what about the debris, the fumes that it left in the air? And also, the criminals that do drive by, there are 2 vehicles that I've noticed so far that have different lights in the back of their vehicle that they turn on when I am walking on my driveway. They will turn them on. So it's something deliberate. And there is also fuming that goes on. That's why they kind of hang out at the foot of my driveway, rev up the engine. Oh, and then they claim it's the county road. Well, if you're in my driveway, it's not the county road. If you're in my driveway, it's called trespassing. So here you go. So I've got a few testimonies. One is a very brief, so I'll probably do that one first. I'm about a week late on it. You know, I've got my own issues here too, and as you can see, all these animals. I have to vacuum that building every day. I've got to take care of kittens, the vandalism that takes place on a regular basis, cleaning litter boxes, feeding them. I've got these chickens to feed and clean up after. What was taking me 4 hours a day is now taking me 5 hours a day, easily. I don't get in my house at night until around 9:30 p.m. Like for the night. And then after that, after I possibly eat dinner and relax and address emails and stuff like that, make a phone call, I'll go check up on the cats again. Scoop the litter, make sure the temperature's okay, because it was 48 degrees last night. So I actually had heat on in their building. That's right, and for that loser girl, I'm just going to say perpetrator that has now been blocked and banned and reported to YouTube for misinformation, Julie or Juiia Isaacs, that seems to have the same last name as the sheriff. I don't know who you are, but you come onto my channel under another name or whatever, you will be blocked and banned. How dare you come onto my channel and tell people to not donate to my rescue? You go tell your sheriff friend and all his babies and all his criminal associates to stop dumping animals on my property. I wouldn't be asking for donations if I didn't have to care for all these extra animals that are not mine, and then be denied veterinary care. They have harmed so many animals here, Julie or Juiia Isaacs. Mind your own damn business. You're part of the problem. This is a criminal cartel going on here. You want to cover it up? Don't do it on my channel. You will be blocked and banned everywhere. And you're stupid enough to use your real name. You're stupid enough. That's okay. I save all the evidence. I save it all. Everybody thinks that, no, I will never get caught. No, we'll never get prosecuted. You know, we're in the big club. Well, you never know who's going to pick it up. Just ask my neighbors who appeared on Neighborhood Wars on A&E, April 11, 2023. Evidently, the cartel allowed that to happen. And I guarantee they have it in for other people too, but they're going to make me do the work for them. And that's the way they operate. That's right. And the cartel, you know what they also do? They'll also send me like a little angel in disguise to give me some information to go on. It may be false, it may be true, and they may be helpful. They might even donate a couple of bucks because they're so friggin' guilty. But that's the way the program works. And just remember, I'm not 30 or 40 years old or 20. I'm in my 60s. I've lived a long time. I've had multiple businesses, multiple careers, multiple degrees, certifications. I believe it or not, I even have a trap and neuter return certificate from the Humane Society. I don't really know too many other of those feral cat cartel people that are certified by the Humane Society to trap a cat. Yeah, just for the record, yeah, because, you know, why not? Why not tell you that I have that? And that's why I showed you the other day about the certified wildlife habitat. Because when I do something, I do it the right way. Okay? It's sort of like my neighbor, my sorry-ass neighbor saying, oh, but I've got to use your driveway because I buried my father on my property, but I can only get there through yours. Well, you should have buried him somewhere else. And if you wanted access, legal access, you could have filed your cemetery with the county. You could have made it a public cemetery. Then we could all go visit your father and pay tribute. But according to Kentucky law, anybody can have a cemetery on their property, which is pretty cool because you could save a lot of money. And then you could have your loved ones close to you. Not have to worry about going to visit at some cemetery where you've got to clear the weeds and stuff. So, yeah, so if you're going to do something, do it the right way. It's sort of like when I moved here, I got a land survey. My neighbors complained. Don't complain, get your own survey. Prove my surveyor wrong. And by the way, in a court of law, the one with the survey, as far as property disputes goes, always wins. So that's just a little bit on property mobbing, and that's what they're doing here in Jackson County, Kentucky. They're also trying to scare me. They're kind of hoping that I'll be so scared that I'll just pick up and leave everything behind and they could just steal it. That's not going to happen. I have too much stuff here. I've got animals. In fact, when I left New Jersey, it was a whole concerted effort. And it was very expensive. And this, oh, look at that cute little bird. I think they're swallows. They're all mating. It's so cute. All the birds, the guineas, they're chasing each other around. It's very cute. I wish I could get them on camera to show you their little running mating dance. It's actually hilarious. But oh, and I wanted to show you that in my cat's building, they sliced the screen. Those are my replacement windows because, you know, I purchased this building new, custom made in 2019. It was delivered July of 2019. And 2 years ago, I replaced all the windows because they destroyed all the seals on all the windows. And it was expensive. It cost me over $3,000. Yeah, that's right, over $3,000. And then they came and sliced the screen here, puncturing holes and everything, damaging the panels around the windows. So yeah, that's what they do here. And yes, I am leaving my Chase lounge cushion there as evidence of vandalism. And I showed you the vandalism with my water catchments yesterday. So yeah, I'm just going to show you one more time if you want to know what the Freemasons do to your food. This is what Freemasons do to your food. They always leave the little triangle. They bruise it. They want to make it look like it's naturally occurring. And then, where's the other one? Oh, here. And then they always got the little lines there. That's 3 lines, by the way. That's why I call them the 3Masons. So anyway, my flower pot here. I'm going to sign off for now. I hope everybody's doing well. And I will upload my first testimony for today a little bit later today. It's a short one. Signing off for now.